Totally wrong facts. Everyone still believes.
1. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
Let's jump right in with something people have been telling you since you were a kid. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
You've heard it from grandparents. You've probably told someone that too. But here's the twist. Science doesn't back this up.
Doctors who studied joint cracking found zero link between cracking knuckles and arthritis. Sure, some people who crack their knuckles have arthritis, but cracking didn't cause it. Other factors like age, genetics, and joint stress play the real role. So your annoying habit might annoy others, but it's not going to ruin your joints. This myth persists because it's a simple way for adults to shame a habit they don't like.
Bulls are angered by the color red.
This one is classic, especially if you've watched bullfighting or cartoons. People believe red makes bulls angry.
But here's the truth. Bulls are colorblind to red. They don't see the color the way humans do.
What actually gets them riled up isn't color, it's movement. In bullfighting, the matador's cape moves, and that motion triggers the bull's reaction. So, you can wave a blue flag just as fast, and the bull would react the same. That means this myth is less about colors, and more about confusion between tradition and biology.
3. We have only 5 senses.
You probably learned in school that humans have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch. But this is oversimplified. Scientists now talk about many more senses, like balance, temperature, body position, even pain receptors that all function separately. The brain processes way more than those 5. The old idea goes back to Aristotle, who lived over 2,300 years ago. Science has come a long way since then, yet this myth still gets taught and repeated. So no, humans don't stop at 5. Your senses are far richer than that. 4. Camel humps store water. Raise your hand if you thought camels store water in their humps.
Yeah, you aren't alone.
Here's the reality. That hump is fat, not water. Camels use that fat as an energy reserve, which can help them survive without food or water longer. But the hump itself isn't a water tank. The real reason camels survive extreme heat isn't just the hump. It's how their bodies regulate temperature and water use. So, even though camels are super adapted to deserts, the whole water storage in humps idea is just a pretty picture, not biology. 5. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. This is one of those comforting folklore facts everyone knows. But lightning absolutely can and does strike the same place more than once. Tall structures like skyscrapers, communication towers, and even trees often get hit repeatedly because lightning follows the path of least resistance.
So if something got hit once, it's not magically safe next time.
Nature doesn't play by human sayings. 6. You should wait after eating to swim.
Most of us were told that if you swim right after eating, your cramps will kill you, or at least drown you.
Good news. That's not backed by science at all. Your digestive system doesn't hijack all your blood and leave your muscles flopping in the water. Yes, big meals can make you feel full, but the real risk comes from overeating plus intense exertion, not a strict timer on swimming. So, unless you're planning Olympic laps right after Thanksgiving dinner, you're generally safe to swim. 7. Sugar causes hyperactivity.
Here's another big one.
Everyone believes sugar gives kids a hyperactive sugar rush. Parents blame it. Teachers brace for it. But research shows it's more belief than biology. Experiments where kids were given sugar versus a placebo show no significant behavior change attributable directly to the sugar. What really changes is how adults pay attention. If adults expect wild behavior after sweets, that's what they tend to notice. So the chaos people attribute to sugar might be more about perception than chemistry. 8. You use only 10% of your brain. This one sounds inspiring, but it's completely wrong. People love to believe that most of their brain is unused potential, that there's a hidden 90% just waiting to be unlocked. But brain scans tell a very different story. Almost every part of your brain has a function, and even at rest, large portions are active.
If 90% of your brain really were unused, damage to those areas wouldn't matter.
In reality, even small brain injuries can have serious effects on memory, movement, or personality. This myth survived because it feels empowering, the idea that greatness is just dormant inside you. But the truth is less magical and more unsettling. You're already using your brain, all of it. 9. Your tongue has specific taste zones. Remember the taste map from school? Sweet only on one side, bitter on another.
That's another misconception. The idea that each part of your tongue tastes only one flavor has been debunked.
Your tongue can detect all primary tastes pretty much everywhere.
The myth came from misinterpreted early research, but it's stuck in textbooks and classrooms.
So no, there aren't flavor districts on your tongue, just one busy melting pot.
10. Daddy Longlegs are the most venomous spiders.
You might have heard the fear-inducing claim that daddy longlegs are incredibly venomous but can't bite humans. Yeah, not true.
First off, there are different creatures called daddy longlegs.
Some aren't even spiders, and the ones that are spiders don't have venom dangerous to us. The bite myth is just exaggerated rumor, so relax next time one skitters by. It's harmless folklore, not real danger.
11. Humans have only one DNA.
People love to say that your DNA is completely unique, that there's only one genetic code inside your body. But that's not entirely true. Your body actually contains multiple sets of DNA. Your gut bacteria? Different DNA. Mitochondria inside your cells? Their own DNA. And here's where it gets stranger. During pregnancy, cells can pass between a mother and her baby. Some people carry small amounts of someone else's DNA for decades. So no, your body isn't one clean genetic blueprint.
It's more like a biological collaboration.
12. We swallow 8 spiders a year. This one refuses to die.
The claim is that the average person swallows 8 spiders per year in their sleep. Sounds horrifying, sounds viral, sounds fake, because it is.
There's no study backing this up. None.
Spiders actively avoid humans, especially sleeping ones that move, breathe, and vibrate.
The number was likely invented to prove how easily misinformation spreads. Ironically, it worked perfectly. You're not a spider vacuum at night. This myth survives purely on fear. 13. Antibiotics kill viruses. A lot of people still believe antibiotics work on colds and flu. They don't. Antibiotics kill bacteria, not viruses. That means taking them for viral infections does nothing, except help bacteria become resistant. This misunderstanding is one of the reasons antibiotic resistance is rising worldwide. A fake fix creates a real problem.
Feeling better after antibiotics? Your immune system did the work, not the pills. 14. More sweat means more fat burned.
People associate sweating with fat loss. Sweat feels like progress, but sweat is just your body cooling itself. You can sweat heavily without burning much fat, like in a sauna. And you can burn lots of fat without sweating much, like walking in cold weather. Weight lost through sweat is mostly water, not fat. It comes back as soon as you drink. So sweat isn't a scoreboard. Calories are. Would a 15. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. People swear this is true.
Shave your hair, and it comes back thicker, darker, stronger.
You've heard it your whole life. Maybe you even tested it yourself.
But it's false. Shaving doesn't change hair thickness, color, or growth rate. What it does is cut the hair blunt at the surface.
That blunt edge feels rougher. It looks darker. It looks thicker. But under the skin? Nothing changed. The follicle doesn't remember being shaved. It doesn't adapt. It doesn't fight back. This myth survives because the effect looks real, even though it isn't. Your eyes get fooled. Biology doesn't. All of these were once repeated so often that they ended up sounding like truth, even when they weren't. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "Everyone knows that," ask, is this actually fact? Or just something we all heard so many times we stopped questioning it?
If this video made you question what you thought was true, hit like, subscribe to Human Notes, and tell us in the comments, which myth shocked you the most? Because the more we question, the closer we get to the truth.